is future Dr. Amrita Paul. She's from our Department of Biology. Her advisor is Dr. Nicoladya Tom. The title of her presentation is, How Does Exercise Benefit Your Brain? Future Dr. Paul, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Paul. We have all wondered, what is it about 30 minutes of exercise which helps cognitive functioning, for example, decision making? And I was especially interested in conflict resolution decision making. Why so? Because conflict resolution decision making is super important and is applicable to every aspect of our life. To give you an example, let's say you are driving and you hit the stoplight and it changes. Do you brake or do you keep going? That is a conflict resolution decision making because you have to hold the impulse of keeping going and then actually press the pedal so that you don't get a ticket, right? So I could actually use a Stroop test, which is a type of mental test that does the same thing, which is measure this type of conflict resolution decision making as depicted in my slide. So all we're doing here is reading the color and not the word. It would have been so much easier if the color and word matched, but it doesn't, which makes it a little bit difficult. And that's where the conflict resolution comes in. So what about exercise in here? So I had human subjects do this test, and while they're doing the test, I have optically recorded from their brain using an equipment which measures the amount of oxygenation in the blood in the areas of the brain right over here that has been implicated in decision making. And what I find is after 30 minutes of aerobic exercise on a stationary bike, the decision making becomes not only faster, as depicted in the x-axis, the time taken for this task was shorter, which means the decision making was faster, as well as on the y-axis we see that the oxygen extraction in the brain was higher. So voila, there is a correlation right there, which says that the oxygen extraction in the brain could be the factor that is helping us with the decision-making process. So exercise is just one of the treatment, but we have to be very careful about the choice of exercise, because if it is not cardiovascular, then it doesn't allow for enough of oxygenation, and if we overdo it, that's an overkill because it will not allow for enough oxygenation again. So 30 minutes of moderate exercise, guys, and that will help us not only to breathe better and to think better as well. Thank you. You have a great one.